document using your mobile phone. Have you been in their need to scan an urgent document to someone and you don't find a business center around, or you don't own a scanner, or you feel that it's too heavy to carry around? Now today's episode will explain to you how to make use of your camera phone to scan your document and it will appear just like a PDF format. This will be useful for Android users, iPhone users, and also for Gmail account holders. I'll show you tricks on how to use Google Drive to scan your document, so ensure that you watch to the end. Stay tuned. Now, there are lots of apps like Tiny Scanner, Cam Scanner, Adobe Scan, and other apps available on the Play Store that you can make your selection from to get started. Now, getting started is quite easy and it's very common. So all you need to do is to have a Play Store app or an app store for iOS version users. Now this will take you straight up to the search box where you can type in the desired name or the required app name, and for the purpose of this tutorial we're going to type in Adobe Scan. Now once the search is completed, you tap on the install to initiate the installation process. Now once the installation is complete, you can now either go back and locate the icon, the Adobe icon. As you can see, this is the Adobe icon. Now tapping on it will require you to sign in into a document cloud so that your scans can be converted to PDF, saved to the cloud, and synced across the devices. You can sign in with your personal ID or such as your Google account, Facebook, or your iOS account. So you choose the sign in option, and if you have more than one existing mail, just like it is here, then you can select any one of your choice, any email that you prefer, and begin to make use of the Adobe Scan, which takes you up to the beginning aspect. Then tap on continue, and then it will take you straight up to the next stage to give access to the app so that you can access your folders, your camera shutter button, and once you allow it, you can now begin to scan. So once you've granted access to the app, you can now quickly scan your documents in two fronts. There are two ways to scan your documents using Adobe Scan, either through Autocapture on mode or Autocapture off mode. Automatically setting the app to scan your documents requires no input from you, because the app displays the capture screen just like so, and currently is on Autocapture on mode, and this is Autocapture off mode. Now when it's on the Autocapture on mode, what it does is to detect the document by giving you the live boundary detection that displays blue dots to identify the document corners. It's still searching for the corners. Then once it detects it, it will keep searching for it until it detects it. Then you can now hold steady your camera and it takes a shot from you. The only input that is required from you is to just hold your camera steady for it to detect the edges and take a shot for you, of which you can now either adjust the edges or extend it or leave it at that. And there is a magnifying glass that enables you to detect at what point you want the edge limit to be. So that is what the auto capture on mode does for you, because it requires no particular input from you. But this is not the same in the auto capture off mode. Is an auto capture off mode, and there are no blue dots line detected. All it does for you is just for you to make use of your initiative by placing the camera in the position where it will capture the entire document or a particular section of the document that you need. And once that is done, you can now apply the camera shutter button and snap the picture. And once you do that, it will save where you can easily view your captured folder at the top view. Now you can now either select test, adjust to save, or keep scanning. So that is so far what I have been able to achieve. Here one is in black and white and one is in colored. It doesn't matter. I'm going to explain to you how to make use of these features around here. Look at these features. We have reorder, we have crop, we have rotation, we have filters, we have cleanup, resize, and delete. We have the save options, we have the rename options, we have the cancel options, and these are important things that you should take note of. Now I'm going to start with reorder. If you want to reorder means if they are not well arranged, you prefer to arrange it from ascending to descending order or from descending to ascending order, you can make the changes at the reorder here. Okay, we have 2 pages here, 1 and 2. So all you need to do is to click on the particular one you prefer to come first, and let's say you want to make the 2 to be number 1. Just click on it and move it to the next page. So you can move it up and down anyhow you want it. Okay, so as you can see, it has moved, and that's it on reorder. Explain to you next is cropping. If you want to crop your images, you can now, what you need to do is to navigate to the cropping, and it will indicate where you can modify. Look at this. You can either move it forward or backwards using the arrows as indicated. Alright, you can drag the crop handles and readjust the borders of your scan. Optionally, you can either auto detect. Okay, this means that it will let the app automatically position the crop borders, or if you don't want any crop, okay, it will just reset the crop location, or you can just rotate it if you prefer. It depends on your preference. And once you're done adjusting, okay, ensure that you can click on the save, and the changes will be effected. Means here you navigate to the rotate, and you can just easily rotate it if you prefer. All right, it depends on what you want. Okay, so that's just pretty much about rotating. Now moving on to filter. Yes, you can apply filters to adjust the color of your scan pages, and to do so you have to just navigate the page that you want to modify, which is here, and you can tap or choose the following filter options. Once you tap it, we have different filter options like the original color if you want to leave it at the original state, or the auto color, the light test. The auto color lets the scan app make the adjustments. Okay, the light test is to highlight light text or drawings. Now the grayscale is to remove the color. The whiteboard increase the contrast. Okay, now remember this was originally on black and white, but if you want to leave it at the original state of the color, you can choose the original color and it saves it for you. That is pretty much on how to apply the filters. Now if you want to leave the board at black and white, all you need to do is to click on this, apply to all pages, just move it, and as you can see, the second page is in black and white. Okay, so that is pretty much how to apply your filters. To get to clean up the surface, assuming you scan your document in a place where the background is not so nice, you can actually clean up the surrounding of your document. So all you have to do is to navigate to the clean up aspect. Okay, tap on it, and then you can now select one of the following fill colors or fill with selected color. There are 2 options here: fill with surrounding colors or fill with selected color. Okay, fill with surrounding color here, you can use the app selected background image as a brush color. It means that if you tap on this image right here, okay, it selects its own background image of what is obtainable. So that is it with the fill with surrounding color. But if you select the fill with selected color, all you need to do, there are 2 ways of doing this: either you tap the square or you tap the eyedropper. Both have different functions. If you choose a color from the square, you have to select the color picker pop-up. Okay, you have to select and hover around the colors, either through this aspect or through this aspect, to select the desired color effect. And once you do that, you can now begin to effect it on the surroundings. Okay, as you can see, it's green color. It's the same with what I've selected here. But if you prefer to make use of the eyedropper, all you need to do is that when the movable eyedropper appears, which is here, then you move it over the image, okay, to detect the color of that section, and then you tap it. Then it affects the image. So you can zoom the image in and out with both fingers as needed. Okay, you can zoom it, or you can swipe and move the area that you want to erase. So and then tap. So that is it. As you can see, it's affecting already with the eyedropper functions. All right, so that is it for the cleanup. Now moving over to the resized pages. If you want, you can easily adjust the page size in review screen. Okay, for example, you can select, all you need to do is to navigate to this aspect of it, to the size. And remember, when you want to make any changes, okay, ensure that you select the particular document that you want to effect the changes. Okay, except where it applies for both pages, you can now make use of the apply to all pages options. But where it doesn't apply to all pages option, whatever changes you make in the first one should be applicable to the second one. So here I'm going to resize this page 2, and I prefer maybe A4 portrait. It gives me this is an A4 portrait, okay? And if it's this way, all you need to do is to use this arrow, okay, to either go to the next page and effect the same changes made in the previous one, okay? If you want to go back, you have the arrow key function here that takes you back or takes you forward. So that is it on the sizing your page. And once you're done, tap on this good, and voila, it has affected. All right, now that after this, if you prefer maybe to delete the pages, okay, or you want to add additional page, okay, there's still options for you. I've not explained that. So to create scans from photos or documents, you have to tap on the add pages, okay. Now there are two ways. Either you go through this channel, okay, and when you're going through this channel, you select from the photos, and you can now, it opens up the image gallery where you can now include your photos or documents from other locations, okay. Now select 2 items here, and that should do, okay. And okay, this gets added up to the previous scans, as you can see. All right, you can now go ahead to save your document. Now also, Adobe Scan has a feature that it assumes names for you, okay. So it depends on what you have in the document, especially in the first document. All right, as you can see here, we are here for you. If you prefer to make use of the suggested names, you can just tap on any one of them, or if you prefer to make use of your own name, okay, you can just type in your own name. I'm going to save this with project 1, and then tap on rename, and it's saved. Then you can now proceed to save as PDF. All right, once you save up, you can now share, make use of the share option, which takes you to either share via link or through email, or you can share a copy to other apps, okay, such as WhatsApp, Gmail, Messages, Google Drive, and Telegram, Skype, whatever. You can share it in any way you prefer, okay. Your Drive, if you don't know how to save your documents to Drive, now check out the link showing where I explained how to save a document or a folder or an image on Google Drive, okay. It's very simple, very simple. The next thing to do is to click on the more aspect, which takes you to other features and shows you more premium options. We have the combine files, the set password. These are premium offers that requires you to pay just a little fee before you can have access to these features. Now for the printing aspect, you must have paired with a printer online to enable you to initiate this process. And once you click on print, you can just select the number of, you want to add a printer, all you need to do is just to select this arrow here. Once you select it, you can view all printers. All right, if you don't have any existing printer saved up, you can add a printer by clicking on the plus sign, and it takes you to search the printer. If you have a printer that uses a Wi-Fi, you can easily connect to your phone and then you print. So that is pretty much all about how to send or scan documents, make use of the features, and also print the documents. Now let's move over to making use of your Google Drive to scan a document. Just like in Adobe, Google Drive is also capable of scanning your documents and saving it in PDF format, okay? So the first thing to do is locate your Drive app here, which is located here. Just find it and tap on it, or you can also download from your Play Store. Then once you tap on it, okay, now tap on the plus button on the bottom right of the screen to create a new project. Okay, this is where it's located, okay? Select scan from the pop-up menu, okay? This will launch the camera. You can now take a shot of what you want to do, all right? So once you select the document, or you position it in a way that is very good and clear, steady your hands and take a shot. You can now tap on the check mark here to save your documents to the drive, okay? This saves it. Then you can either make use of the redo icon to shoot a better shot, or you can make use of the filters or the rotate option or the crop option to crop the edges well. But the Google Drive have limited options, like here in the filters it has provision for black and white color and color drawing, and you can also rotate your images as you want, and also you can crop accordingly, okay? Like this is not everything we captured, so we have to crop it well to bring out the entire document. You can make use of the plus icon to add additional page to the file, or added, just like in the Adobe Scan where you can add multiple shots. So here I'm going to take another shot, okay? and save it. Alright, as you can see, I have 2 scans, 1 and 2, 1 and 2. So that is it for the scanning done with it. You can click on done, okay, and then save. Then you can now rename, okay, this is your name. Now I'm going to select project 2. Alright, and select the type of folder where I want to save it. Of course, if you know about making use of a Google Drive, I'm sure you would know how to create a folder or save it to an existing folder. But if you don't know how to do this, all you need to do is just to select the plus icon here, that's this here. Once you select it, it will give you an option to create another folder. You can now name it project 3 and then create a new folder, select, and as you can see, it has already come up with a project 3, and you can now save. Now that is it for saving, scanning your documents on Google Drive. Now the iPhone can scan your documents too, and here is how. The iOS 11 has a hidden document scanner known as Notes app, which can be found in the apps section located here. To start up a new note, click on the note pen icon, then select the plus button, which brings you up to the camera view. Here you're expected to position the camera well and click on the shutter button, which will help you take a shot. Meanwhile, the yellow guide will help you take a level photo before you can now crop by dragging the 4 magnifying points. Once you're satisfied with the scan, you can keep scan or add more scans to it before you can now save. Share on social media apps or to the recipient of the document. You can also copy and save. You can even print as well. With this, it's goodbye to heavy scanner. And that's the whole method of scanning a document, receipt or image with your iPhone. Now you can share this video to anyone who sends you crappy or clear documents. It's time to put an end to it. Thanks for watching. Please, to advance one-click media with Lara, we'll need you to subscribe to my channel or like. I promise to guide you more into how to do's and relevant topics. See you next time.